Hello, my name's Jeremy from massively.com, and I'm going to take a look at Runes of Magic today. I usually live stream it every Friday at around 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Today I'm going to take us on a journey through some of the mini-games. So for any of you just joining in the chat room, this is Runes of Magic, a free-to-play MMO by Frogster, published by Frogster and developed by RuneWager. It plays a lot like Western MMOs do, like World of Warcraft or Warhammer and the like. So there's a handful of mini games strewn about the world in Runes of Magic. And they're tiny little separate instances, sort of like your own little personal dungeon. And some of them scale to your character's level. So like if I'm level 55 right now, so the monsters are going to be hitting pretty hard. I'm not quite sure how well I'll do, but I have some decent enough gear. I think I'll do alright. Not all the mini-games are about fighting monsters either, as I'll show you here in a little bit. So we're going to jump into the first one here, which is called Malatina's Dungeon. We talked to Malatina here in Varanus Central Plaza. She'll give us the scoop. She actually has two games, which we'll do both of them, but the first one is the survival game. Now, all the mini-games in Runes of Magic, you can only do once a day, and they cost 30 Furious tokens. So you pay the toll, and if you die early, well, try not to die early, because then you'll have to wait till the next day. And we're going to talk to here, and we could get the rules if we wanted to. I'm going to skip those. I'm just going to say we're ready. This mini game is a bunch of tiles with a bunch of different mobs on the ground, and as you can see, there's a lot of lightning and thunderbolts and whatnot going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go through this rather fast, just to give you a taste of it. I'm a priest rogue, so I'm using these elite skills that kind of are pretty helpful for me. Their damage over time. Mages love to come in here and clean house with their AoE skills. As you can see, there's a time limit. A lot of the mini-games will have time limits. And you come in and you do whatever the mini-game requires of you, and to win some nice fun prizes and whatnot. Sometimes they're pretty unique and they're the only place you can get certain prizes. Now what I'm trying to do is clear off all these mobs from these tiles so I can dig the tiles up, and that's essentially I'm digging the treasure up. Now everything, all of those little machines turned into actual mobs, which I'm going to have to fight here now, which we'll see how tough they are. Well, not too bad. I'm actually fairly well geared. Some of these noises and sounds are pretty loud, so if you're having trouble hearing me or the game is loud, or I don't think so. The last time I checked, the game volumes. When I watched the feed, there was no game sound at all. But so the more tiles you get within the time limit, the better, because you're racking up nice prizes. There are other prizes attached to this too. If you can actually complete the whole thing in less than 10 minutes, you can win different titles, which are always cool. And some of the tiles will have treasures, some of them will have small and large bombs in them, and some of them will have an extra hard elite mobs. Now, I'm staying outside of all these tiles. I'm not walking on them because in the center there's this pole with that skull on it. It will every once in a while leave out a blast of fire, which will knock you over and slow you down. So I try to stay on the outskirts. Finish him off. Okay, now see, I can dig these tiles up. And there, I got lucky on my first one. I got a treasure chest. So just go ahead and open it. See what I get. In this case, I got some armor. Blue, gold, heavy shoulder armor. But we'll move on. Since the time's ticking away... Uh-oh, that's a bomb. Oh, see? Now that hit me for pretty good, but didn't slow me down. Looks like there was a buff in that, I think. Light wave. Oh, there's a mom. We gotta fight now. This isn't the extra big like boss I beat. So there's repeat value in these. Malatina's dungeon has some pretty good like special resources for crafting and blue recipes and some other nice equipment, weapon and armor drops. Oh, gotta get away from that. And you get a few different titles, and it depends on things like how many times you've beaten Malatinas. I think one of the titles is something like Conqueror or Survivor of Malatina's Dungeon, and that might be what you get for completing it one time. But then you can get even higher ranked titles for repeat completions. I know I started a couple minutes early, so for anyone just coming into the chat room, I'm Jeremy for Massively.com and taking a look at Runes of Magic's mini-games. Right now we're in Malatina's Dungeon. These mini-games are little separate instance areas within Runes of Magic that allow you to have a little solo fun. and win some prizes. Well, as you can see, I'm not doing very well. I have most of the tiles. Most of the tiles I haven't opened, and I only got 2 minutes and like 18 seconds to go. So I'm gonna loot some of these elites just to do it, to see what goodies. Oh, those elites! I waited too long. I missed all the goodies that could have been there. There are these teleporter things in the corner. Whoops. Let me show you. I think they just randomly teleport you to the other corners. Yeah, see, boink. Oh. So again, the mobs in here will scale to your level. That means that lower levels, you can come in at any level. So, which is kind of cool about these mini games. A lot of them will do that. Whether you're, I think you do have to be at least 10 or 15 to come in though. But after that, if you're like level 20, you can come in. And it's not going to be as hard for you. I mean, it's not going to be like me coming in at level 55. The mobs will scale down to roughly your level, so they will actually be competitive or challenging, but not impossible. Oh, got 12 seconds. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, see that? I need to. I should have been paying attention to the pattern and know when to. Now see it. I won 5 Furies tokens, so I got some of my Furies tokens back. And if I had played better, just done better, I could have got all kinds of good stuff. So even though it's only once a day, it's kind of worth it to play. Who knows? I could have made back all the Furies tokens I spent to play it. Yeah, that last treasure chest gave me 5 back. Okay, that was Malatina's dungeon. That was actually the first, or one of the first mini games that they put into the game. Unfortunately, I can't go back and show you for anyone just not coming into the chat room. Because once you do it, I just have to wait. So, the next one I think we'll do is the Course of Terror. And this one's a little bit of fighting, a little bit of running around, and a little bit of puzzle solving all in one. Just go ahead and accept. Should shrink me down itsy bitsy. Okay. As you can see, I've been rooted. Heavy legs due to a banishing restriction. Unable to jump. So no jumping during this. These treasure chests along here will have a bunch of goodies in them. And there's more along the way. It's a series of rooms connected by little hallways filled with treasure chests. When we go in here, there's going to be a bunch of tiles. You'll see, they're a little bit different than the last game, but I don't know what else to call them. There are a bunch of tiles lined up on the floor, big ones, and they each have a little colored symbol on them, and they stand for something. One of them stands for cannon, one stands for a mob, one stands for a blockade, and you've got to use fire and your own skill and the cannons to shoot off the right tiles to make a path to get to a key, and then also a path to get to the door to get to the next room. And this is all under a time limit too, as you'll see here in a moment. So let's just go on in, accept challenge right away. Okay, this one's 15 minutes. Okay, you can see the tiles with the different patterns. Okay, as you can see, this one stands for a giant vine, and these are okay because I can come over here. Oops, first I chop it. I just click on it to chop it. Basically, I'm taking a piece of that. I can run over these torches and then light it. And then I can burn the thing down, and it will remove the tile completely, thus getting me one step closer to that door in the distance. Okay, there's a yellow key way over here in the distance on the left, and I want to try to get to it. So what I'm going to do is try to see. It's hard for me to multitask, I'm sorry. Well, this is the bomb, or the cannon. We can click on it to activate it. Cannon ready. We've got a new buff right here, the Alt+1 key, or just click on it. That's what I do. And then I'm going to blow up this seal, which is a giant iron barricade. It's also a boss. Whoops. There we go. I'm not quite sure what that was about. There we go. And that blows that one up. And here's another giant vine, which I'm going to do. Those boss fights take a long time, and so if you can, it's really better to skip them, to either work around them or blow them up with the cannons. Which I kind of got myself into a sticky situation. So I'm going to just fight one. Besides, it's something that you can see. Actually, I didn't even click on it. So it's sort of like it ambushes you when you first get it. Now what you want to do is, there's two different things here you're looking at. There's a boss that's hitting me, Clown Spirit Elite. And then there's this barricade. It's called Void Summoning Barrier. So I'm going to click on it and destroy it. And see there? The boss disappeared with it. So that makes it easier. See, what I'm trying to do is go slow here to just show you the principle of the game. give you an idea of the thought behind it. Over here, you'll see this yellow key symbol, and that's the key. These are the keys that you can obtain to open the treasure chest. So it's beneficial to make your way to the key and then make your way over to the door here. And you can speed yourself along by choosing the right path through all these different tiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up the 2 tiles right in front of me. And I don't know why it's doing that. There it goes. Okay, now I have this one over here. Let's do this again. Oh, see, I got too close to that barricade and it popped up. What that's going to do is be an annoyance. It's going to get in my way, like my view. But I think we're okay here. So I'm going to blow this one up. What this will do is it'll let me get to this key. Now why is it? There. It's being fidgety. Okay, so I got the key. I want to get to the door. I don't want to get too close to this over here because it'll spawn that boss. I'm trying to just get close enough to do this cannon. Whoops. Now I can kill the vine by hand, so I'm going to actually blow up the barrier, the boss barrier behind it with this. Okay, chop this thing up, get a piece to set on fire. Burn it down, and then I have access to the door. Now it will just take me... Now this looks identical, but this is actually like the next stage. And as you can see, it's the same deal, but the tiles will all be randomized, so the symbols will be in different places. I think what I'm going to do is the other thing too is when you click ready to fire the cannon, you get rooted, so you can't move. So no running around to help you change your viewpoint. You're stuck with this camera angle. So I'm going to blow this up. Basically, I'm just clicking the mouse onto that extra skill, and then I'm waiting until I hover over the tile till it gets highlighted, and click it and destroy it. And let's see, so what I want to do is So it's kind of fun. It's a lot of repeat value. The tiles change locations each time, and you get some pretty good rewards. Let's see if I can burn that and have access to that. I'm gonna see if I can reach that. Yeah. I believe there's like 4 or 5 rooms in total, and I'm already on the second. I'm only on the second room, and I've only got 5.5 minutes to go, so I am going slow. But that's all right because we're just here to take a look at what it's about. Now, some rooms have more than one key. You probably can't see it from here, but way off in the distance, over here is a sealed treasure key, and then over by the door is a sealed treasure key. So the more keys you get, the better. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. If I blow that up, I have access to that, and then I can, okay, I'll blow this up. One of the things, one of the really cool prizes you can get inside here is the recipes, and I think, I can't remember if you actually just get the recipes or if you actually get the pieces. But there's special boss furniture, which are kind of like special items, which represent a piece of one of the dungeon bosses or world bosses. Like there's Parodia is a world boss, a giant ant, like giant tree in Aslan, who's really hard. And there's a piece of boss furniture that represents Parodia. It's sort of like a plaque, I think, with Parodia's head, sort of like a mounted head. I think you can get Neep's claw. Neep is like a giant sand. What am I trying to think of? Like a giant insect that's in Ravenfell. And I think there's like one furniture that represents the Cyclops boss, and I think there's ones now that even represent the Demon Lord. I'm gonna blow up. This blue tile says it's a mysterious magic stone gate. It sort of opens and looks like a little warp. I haven't figured out how to use those. I think maybe if you open up 2 of them, you can like use them to bypass other tiles. I'm not exactly sure. Now see, had I been a little bit smarter, I tried to figure out a way to have access to both of these keys. Instead, all I did was get access to this one key. But I'm down to a minute and 10, minute and 13. So what I'm going to do... Oh, I have to get all those keys to move on. So what I'm going to do is run backwards back to some of those treasure chests. And I got 2 keys. Oh shoot, I don't think I can do that. Shoot. Okay, well, it looks like I got myself stuck. Looks like maybe I should have tried to get access to this other heavy artillery vehicle. So I'm just kind of prancing about until the 10 seconds are up. So I got nothing this round. But there's always tomorrow. Okay, so we took a look at the Malatina's Dungeon and Course of Terror that you can both get by paying 30 Furious tokens each here in Varanus Central Plaza. You just speak to Malatina, who's over here to the left of the teleport lady. Now there are other mini games, and actually I tried to show this during my live stream of Battlefields, but what we'll do is go ahead and open this up. Originally, Windrunner Race here was a mini game that you signed up at an NPC over in Varanus West Wing and cost 30 tokens a day. And is a lot like Mario Kart on horses. You run around a track, racing other people. Every once in a while you can grab a floating power boost of different types to help you win the race. Now it's added to the Battlefield queue, and it only costs 15 Furious tokens to join. Now I'm forgetting if they changed it from once a day to as many times as you want. But that one is, unfortunately, that one's not as popular as some of the others. I personally like it a lot. It's fun. It's a fun little horse race. I like to do it. I just don't get into it very often. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Aslan and take a look at the Goblin Mines minigame. And I'm going to stay queued up to the Windrunner Race in the hopes that it opens up and lets us try it, or at least to look at it. Windrunner and Goblin, actually, you can have more than one person in at a time, unlike the Course of Terror and Malatina's Dungeon, which are solo, little mini solo instances that, and Malatina scales in difficulty. Silverfall is where we want to go. The Goblin Mine is harder because it is made with a full party in mind, It's great for getting I believe it's a great source to get Theories tokens and the like, which is very, very sought after for people who really don't have a lot of money, but still would like to try and get some of the better potions that really help out in the higher level instances. Now here we are by the auction house. We're going to talk to Maler Paulo, and just like the first two we played, it's going to be 30 Theories tokens, and we can only do this once. And I should be going in with a party, but I'm not. So these mobs are going to be hitting hard. These goblins won't, this guy won't hurt you here. This one's kind of fun. He's going to turn me into a goblin. Accept a challenge. Now see, that's me right there in the center. Well, emotes don't work. I tried to wave. And here we go. We get half an hour. We'll get 30 minutes for this one, half an hour. It's pretty big. Let me see if I can bring up the map. Yeah, see, here I am. And there's all this, and side rooms. There's all this. And, so it's a lot. My guild loves to come in here every day. We love it because we can stock up on some really good potions and other items. Let me see how hard these guys hit. Yeah, these guys are pretty tough. I'm almost dead. Yeah, see? Shoot. Well, I apologize for that. I wasn't paying attention. And I was hoping to at least show you more of this. But let me see if the map will still come up. I can at least talk about it for a moment. So definitely Goblin Mines in Aslan is another mini game right next to Auction House. Definitely come in with a party because as you can see, I'm level 55 and moderately, I like to say I'm decently geared, but really I only have 2 pieces that are decently geared. The point is you want to come in with a party to be able to treat it like it's maybe treat it like it's a full-blown dungeon, even though it's counted as a mini-game. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you more, so I'm just going to res, and we'll try to move on here. That's alright, because there is another one I really want to show you, the treasure hunt in Cecilia Steps. I'm going to go ahead and use my teleport to Cecilia and to Rayford here. Treasure hunt is kind of fun. I'm really bad at it. Before we even go in, I'm going to apologize for sucking at it because I don't play it that much, and now it's been a long time, so I'm sure I'm rusty. I was never good to begin with, but it is fun. There are different ways of accessing this treasure hunt. You can get a teleport from a person, I believe, in Varanus, that will actually teleport you directly in front of the NPC that's needed. The other way is what I'm doing, is to actually go there. Here's Cecilia Steps. You can see my little arrow where I'm moving. I'm going to go up to where it says Rose Caravan, and there's a little blue exclamation point there. So it's not too far. As you can see, I'm already halfway there. And back behind the caravan, near a little tiny tent, is a couple NPCs. You talk to one of them, and he tells you about a treasure hunt, and you go into this kind of puzzling set up room or rooms where you have to avoid some really tough elite mobs, and you have to like light some certain torches to make doors disappear to have access to the inner rooms. So it is kind of a puzzle, and they'll give you a set of about 4 or 5 special buffs, which you'll be using to help you get through this. That's where I'm at. Whoops, maybe I meant Gorilla Caravan. Let me see here. I think it's over by Gorilla Caravan. I don't want to waste all my time just looking for this. So if it's going to be too much trouble, you can just skip it. There it is. Okay. So I was wrong. It's not Rose Caravan. It's over behind Gorilla Caravan. And here he is. Let's jump in here. Or she, Aang Rasa. Hello. Here we go. Now, like the other ones, they'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to jump in, tell them I'm ready. She tells me good luck, and we'll zap in to where there's a guy that will explain the rules and whatnot. This is going to be another timed instance. See, it's like we're deep inside some ruins, treasure hunting. Luke Zavi. I'm just going to say I'm prepared, even though I kind of barely remember. I'll hand over the 30 Fierce tokens. And we got 10 minutes. See, we get invisibility, up to 15 seconds of invisibility. You will not be discovered by enemies. Feigned death. Enter feigned death state. Although you won't be discovered by any enemies, you will not be able to move. This is helpful because if you want to do it before you get aggroed, because there's 2 different ways. That's a kind of a tip I'm going to give here. You can, if you get aggroed, you can feign death, but your aggro doesn't drop. You literally have to wait for like 10 full seconds before the mob like leaves you alone, and that's a big waste of time. I don't remember Box of Destiny. I don't remember this. You obtained 1 use of Azure Rejuvenation. It gave me an extra buff, which immediately recovers 100% hit points. Now, we're going to want to get through these doors, but I can't. And there's a mob there. I need to get to this purifying candlestick. So I need to sneak past this guy. So let's do this. Invisibility. So I'm going to try to walk around in here. Sneak, 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 sneak. I'm going to go way into the corner here because... Okay. Obtain the Flame of Purity. Oh, please don't notice me. See, he's right there. So it's kind of fun. You have to be real. It's sort of like, you know what it's sort of like having the element of the kind of feeling you get when you play like Metal Gear Solid or one of those like one of those war games where it's mostly about stealth. Now, I thought you had to click it on this. Okay, goes received. There we go. See? Received purifying effects, and now I have access to go in deeper. But it's going to get harder. There's a guy right there, elite soldier. Whoops. Need to scout this place out. See, there's a dog. There's another guy. There's more doors. There's elemental candlestick that we need lit. Let's see. Light the elemental candlestick. Okay. And it can get a little confusing with the camera. So sometimes I go into first person mode to clear up the view. I could try to get that other buff over there, but I think I'll just try to sneak past this guy here. Uh-oh, see? What do I need here? I want... Now see, what I'm doing is I'm feigning death, but I'm doing it poorly because, see, even though I feigned death and I left combat, those guys are still sitting there. So now I have to waste precious time waiting for these guys there. There's one left. He should leave in a second. I forgot how to stand up. Oh, I have to remove that. Okay, some people actually might get confused by that. What I did to stand back up is wherever your buff icon appears, it appears like a buff icon, you know, by your, either it's going to be by your character bar or it'll be up on the top screen by your mini-map, like these are. My other skills are listed up here. And, you know, it's just like getting off of a horse. You can right-click or to turn off a buff. That's how you stand back up. Shoot! I was just too close again. Doggone it. So, essentially, this is the treasure hunt game. We click on different objects. This over here is an ancient stone totem. I think that gives you trying to think what that one gives you. I think you click on that, and then you can click on the flame, on the candlesticks, I think. In either case, it's a combination of sneaking past all of these mobs. Whoops, I should be able to be doing something here besides just laying dead. So what I'll do is enter invisibility mode here. These guys are just... And what I'll try to do is hurry up and get to that candlestick. That dog still might see me, though. Sneak past everybody. Whoops, see, he did. That's just not fun. Okay, as you can see, I came in deeper into the bowels of the ruins. See, that dog is right there. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tough. Also, you can come into this minigame just like all the other minigames at any time you want to, any level. Oh, I gotta stand up here. Stand up. Now, I don't know how he saw me. maybe some lag. I'll refill here. What I'll do is I'll... Oops, he feared me. This one can be very tricky. Could take some time to master this one. What I did is I ran all the way over here and feigned death. But it's pretty rewarding. You can get like some pretty high tiered runes as prizes. You can even get pieces to a special mount. It's only like a 7 or 30 day mount, but it's a special one. Oh, they're still hitting me, aren't they? Well, that's not very nice of them. So I'm just gonna let them finish me off now. That's another one that's a lot of fun that you can master and win a lot of cool stuff from it. As you can see, we've been in there. How long were we in there? 10-15 minutes, and 20. Well, it's been 20 minutes since I signed up to Windrunner Race, so we still haven't gotten accepted to Windrunner. So let me figure out the quickest route to to Obsidian. And I think, even though I'm kind of running in the opposite direction, at the Aaron Caravan is a teleport. So I think I'm actually getting there quicker. Well, time's really flown by since we started taking a look at just a few of these mini games. I think we have enough time though to take a peek. What happened to... There's a teleport here. Ugh, my mouse is not playing nice. There he is. We're going to go to the castle instance, and I'll show you my guild's castle, which is nothing too elaborate. They put a couple of fountains in it. But we do have a drill grounds, which a drill grounds, if you build one in your castle's instance, it gives your guild access to playing some mini games. I'm going to jump over to... You can get to the NPC, the castle NPC, over by the crafting area. Just teleport right into the crafting area, turn around, and we're running down the hall. Turn right, then take another left. Guild Castle Manager. And here's our castle. These little plots are places you can erect guild buildings. For instance, there's Arsenal. And I'll get into that in another live stream. But for now, let's just skip ahead and look at this one that we built, called the Drill Ground Level 1. And once you're just standing in it, you can click on it to open up a window. The higher the level of the drill ground, the more training courses will be offered. So I'm like, okay, we only got level 1. I'll hit OK. Now, we're in sort of a little boxed area, not to the game yet, but we're talking to Special Training Manager. So let's get this out. Hello, honorable friend. Leave the drill grounds, return, or sharp sight, quick hands. What is this all about? It's so hot today, I'm as red as a beet. Arg. So he's going to tell you yada yada what's going on. And you can do a tutorial or you can jump right in. So we're going to jump right in. I think this is the, yeah, it's whack-a-mole. I'm not a huge fan of whack-a-mole. What they do, it looks like they changed the, see, this is going to be like, you have to, the idea behind this is the drill grounds train you to, the drill grounds train you to be a better fighter. And in a way they do. The idea of this is to hurry up and be able to quickly tab between enemies and hit enemies quickly. Which I'm not really doing. Oh, I think I have to actually physically hit them. I played this a long time ago, and I don't even remember these alt pound skills being here. It's going to be hard for someone like me to use the tab key to select and then move over to alt, move over, hit alt +1, I suppose. We'll see. Yeah, again, lag is a big enemy in this game because you don't know if you missed out. I mean, whoops. See, I don't want to alt tab out. I want to just. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of cheating here a bit. It's kind of defeating the purpose. But when you get your drill grounds raised up even higher, you will get some. Yeah, there's some serious lag going on right now. There's another little rule to this. As you can see over on the left, I have my stage I'm on and my points, and I'm pretty much got 0 points. So I pretty much fail at this, but this is just one of like a handful of guild mini games that we'll be taking a look at again, I'm sure. I haven't really written an article about it on my Lost Pages of Taboria column yet, but I'll be getting to that. Some of the mini games would pretty much require columns of, articles of their own. But seeing as how we're pretty much at the bottom of the hour, our time is up. And once again, my name's Jeremy Stratton for Massively.com, and this was a look at Runes of Magic's minigames. You can catch my articles every Monday called Lost Pages of Taboria about Runes of Magic if you want to know more, if this is your first time seeing it. And I'll be live streaming again next Friday. So next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, tune in. And you can always email me at jeremy@massively.com too. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to leave it run for about another 20-30 seconds to cover any difference between server uploading to the server. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.